Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are tackling a massive, rapidly expanding challenge that pretty much every modern engineering team is facing right now. We're talking about integrating an absolutely exploding landscape of AI models into enterprise applications. It's an incredibly exciting time, but let's be real. If you're building software today, you know firsthand that it can also be incredibly chaotic. Think about it. How do you manage over 100 different AI models without 100 different headaches? That is the core pain point we're exploring today. Engineering teams everywhere are dealing with what we like to call spaghetti integration. You've got vendor lock-in, this massive sprawl of API keys just floating around in your code bases. And, maybe worse of all, totally unpredictable AI spend at the end of the month. It is literally a recipe for operational disaster.
Before we unravel all of this, a quick shout out to ALM Toolbox for helping make this explainer possible. As a premier partner for LiteLLM professional services, they actually help engineering teams apply best practices, plan secure self-hosted deployments, and maintain the whole shebang. So if you're looking to bring some serious order to your AI infrastructure, they are absolutely the go-to experts. Okay, let's dive into this. We have a great roadmap today. We'll cover the multimodal AI chaos, meet LiteLLM, organize developer workflows, strengthen security posture, gain AI spend control, and finally, look at the procurement decision. Section 1. The multimodal AI chaos, the sprawling mess of API keys and SDKs. To put the sheer scale of this chaos into perspective, consider this number, over 100. There are well over 100 different LLM providers out there right now. In fact, the broader market catalog lists more than 2,600 different models across those providers. Trying to do custom point-to-point integration for every single one of these, it's completely unsustainable. Your developers end up wasting precious time writing bespoke integration plumbing instead of actually shipping product. You absolutely need an abstraction layer. Section 2. Meet LiteLLM, the air traffic control for AI. Maintained by Bury, this open-source project functions as a vital control plane sitting directly between your developers and the various model vendors. To really grasp what LiteLLM does, we have to talk about the concept of an AI gateway. Think of it as a centralized proxy. It's a giant universal translator that normalizes all those diverse, unique APIs into one single, unified interface, specifically the OpenAI format. But it doesn't just translate code. It manages virtual keys, handles intelligent routing, does comprehensive logging, and, crucially, implements spend controls. It's a massive, foundational architectural shift for any organization. In practice, it works beautifully. Your developers, your apps, your CI/CD pipelines, they all talk to just one thing, the LiteLLM proxy. From there, that proxy acts as your bouncer and your traffic cop. It handles the authentication and the cost-aware routing, cleanly separating your internal applications from the actual cloud providers like Anthropic and OpenAI, or even your local self-hosted models. Your apps literally don't need to know which database or model they are ultimately talking to. Now, you've got options when it comes to how this is packaged. There's a free open source edition and a paid enterprise edition. The MIT licensed open source version is highly capable, giving you the core gateway functions, basic spend tracking, and load balancing. But the enterprise tier? That adds the heavy-duty organizational controls. We're talking single sign-on, JWT authentication, delegated team admins, and seamless secret manager integrations. It's the jump from basic fundamental model routing to massive multi-team corporate compliance. Section 3, Organizing Developer Workflows with zero code refactoring. This is a real game changer for the engineering floor. For developers, LiteLLM means you write your code exactly once using that unified OpenAI-style API, regardless of the backend model. If a brand new, cheaper, or faster model drops tomorrow, you can swap it in instantly with a simple configuration tweak. Absolutely zero code refactoring required. Innovative organizations like Netflix and Lemonade are already using this to push the latest models to their users, usually within a day of release. Plus, you get centralized service keys, built-in fallbacks, and seamless integration with existing tools like LangChain. Moving to Section 4, Strengthening Security Posture and Mitigating AI Gateway Attack Surfaces. Look, we have to be totally transparent about the risks here. While virtual keys remove the massive danger of developers hard-coding API secrets into their apps, centralizing all access into one gateway creates a brand new, highly critical attack surface. Because this is critical infrastructure, it's a target. In the spring of 2026, there was a meaningful supply chain incident involving malicious PyPI packages, followed by disclosures of escalation bugs and an SQL injection issue. Now, the maintainers patched these rapidly following external audits, but this timeline proves that you simply cannot set it and forget it. LiteLLM requires disciplined platform engineering.
So, what's the game plan? Security teams absolutely have to lock down their deployments using a strict checklist. You've got to run patched releases, version 1.83.7 or higher. Use signed official Docker images rather than raw installs. Furthermore, you must configure your encryption keys, use proper secret managers, and, this is a big one, default to minimum logging. You really don't want to accidentally store sensitive user data or PII in your proxy logs. Section 5. Gaining AI spend control, moving from financial chaos to FinOps clarity. Unmanaged LLM spend is keeping the C-suite up at night, and LiteLLM tackles this head-on.
But hold on. Before operations teams add a tracking layer, developers usually ask about speed. Is this going to slow us down? The magic number here is 8. Just 8 milliseconds. That is the P95 proxy overhead benchmark. Adding this vital tracking and routing layer is incredibly lightweight. It is not going to destroy your application's latency. With latency concerns out of the way, LiteLM quickly turns into an essential FinOps tool. You can set hard limits and cap alerts per team or per virtual key, stopping month-end billing surprises in their tracks. It aggregates cost tracking across every single vendor into one clear view. It even supports lowest cost routing strategies. In the Enterprise Edition, you can give finance read-only dashboard access so they can audit the spend themselves. And from a pure infrastructure cost perspective, turning on the optional Redis caching can actually cut your database load by 60 to 80%.
Finally, Section 6. The procurement decision, navigating the total cost of ownership and the deployment model. When it comes to adopting this, it really comes down to two paths. The open source edition gives you all the core proxy routing you need, but you are entirely on your own for security and support. Conversely, the Enterprise Edition brings in the heavy governance. You get SSO identity integrations, detailed audit logs for strict compliance, SOC 2 and ISO certifications if you leverage their cloud, and most importantly, custom SLAs and dedicated support channels. All right, if you're ready to make the leap, here is your actionable playbook. First, choose your operating model. Are you going to self-host or use the managed cloud? Second, make patch management and image provenance contractual. Third, map out your organizational identity and access requirements upfront. And finally, before making an enterprise-wide mandate, run a live pilot. Use your own traffic, your own logging, and validate the real total cost of ownership in your specific environment.
I'll leave you with this final, critical thought to chew on. Are you controlling your AI models, or are your AI models controlling your infrastructure? As AI scales from basic fun experimentation to mission-critical production, a unified gateway like LiteLLM isn't just a nice-to-have convenience for your developers anymore, it is an absolute non-negotiable enterprise control requirement. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this helps you build a more secure, organized, and cost-effective AI strategy moving forward.